Once you live with them for 6 months anyway, it's de facto. You're basically the same as being married anyway.
Yeah.
You don't need...
Not angry.
I can hear it in your voice.
I'm not angry.
Your voice.
I'm hearing my voice and I sound pretty calm.
You married, and then he just said, well, I just don't think it's appropriate because you're...
Fades, you will have nothing to bring to the table. And once you don't have anything to bring to the...
I have a new funniest request.
Oh, on OnlyFans. Tell me, please tell me.
So this has just come through yesterday, so I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
And I'm reading through the paragraph of what he's asked, and I'm like, okay, cool. Yep. Seems pretty normal. Like, want to squirt. It's 5 minutes. And then I see it's a full striptease to the entire song of Good For You by Selena Gomez.
No way. What?
Silly me's like accepted the payment. Like, yeah, that's fine. Like 5-minute custom solo, whatever.
Without
Before
reading.
I've seen the whole terms and conditions.
The T's and C's.
With everything that we talked about with twin flame soulmates, I think it's all becoming a bit outdated.
Yeah.
I think you choose a person, you make it work, you build a life with them, and if you are married or not, who cares?
Exactly. And I think, you know, if you get married, cool. If you don't, whatever.
Yeah.
You can have kids with someone and still be in a relationship with them. And as we said, once you live with them for 6 months anyway, it's de facto. You're basically the same as being married anyway.
Yeah.
You don't need a ring and a piece of paper. If you want to do that, go for your life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I want to get married just because I want to have a party.
I'm the same. I don't want a big deal. I just want
a
nice ring and a party.
Same.
So I don't even care if I don't get married. I just want to be
a ring and a party. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just want to have the fantasy of, oh yeah, maybe one day keep the families happy.
Yeah, exactly
So
right.
I feel like my grandparents and my parents would both be super excited and want that to happen. So if I just get engaged, I'll be like, oh, maybe next year.
All this talk is just for show because deep down, they both know that after marriage, they need all the documentation so that when they decide to divorce their husband, they can extort him as much as possible. And who knows, they might even land the poor guy in prison for some time.
Companies can pay women less. Why don't they hire all women?
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Really?
I understand your argument, and I understand that you're angry.
I'm not angry.
I can hear it in your voice.
I'm not angry.
Your voice.
I'm hearing my voice and I sound pretty calm.
You have now shifted the quality of your voice, and I thank you for that.
Okay.
And you've just given me a condescending look, and that's another reason why we need feminism. And now I'm done, and thank you so much.
OnlyFans aside, I personally would not advocate for employers to go looking to see how qualified the candidates are by the first thing that they're searching up after they see the name on the resume. Let's see if they have an OnlyFans account.
It comes up pretty quickly
and it wouldn't just be that as part of their history any more than I think it's relevant for an employer to be like, let's look through their Facebook, let's look through their Twitter, to specifically comb through their prospective like applicants' internet history.
Okay,
in that way.
Internet history and OnlyFans are two different things.
OnlyFans can be part of your internet.
So if I'm a CEO and I'm hiring somebody, let's say I'm hiring a salesperson to close high-ticket deals and they're talking with important people on a daily basis, and I'm sending that salesperson to go speak with these people, and if any of those people that they speak to look up that person's name and they find pornography of them all over the internet, obviously they're going to take me and my company far less seriously if I have somebody working like that for me. How can you say that that's not important?
Men can walk around the streets without a shirt on. I think women should have every right to do so. There's honestly no difference. It is just a set of nipples.
The fact that this thing has to be explained to her shows the kind of mind she possesses and why she has to do what she does for a living, because the easy money from that content has really destroyed the morals and work ethic of a lot of women.
So what's going on with your husband? Explain, please.
Yeah, so once we got married, he just out of nowhere told me that he doesn't think it's appropriate for me to go on bachelorette trips or even girls' trips in general.
Okay. All right, so you marry this man, and then I assume something came up, like of this nature. A girls' trip, for example. And you're like, hey, I'm going on a girls' trip. And this dude says no.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what happened. And I was like, I was actually shocked because I'd never heard this before until after we got married. And then he just said, well, I just don't think it's appropriate because you're a married woman and there's too much temptation on those types of trips. And then he just said he doesn't understand like why I would even want to ever travel without him.
Oh, wow.
So it was okay before. It's not okay now.
Yes, like I actually, before we got married, had gone on bachelorette trips, girls trips And he never said a thing. And then this first one came up, and I'm just like so confused because he's never acted like this was a problem before.
I mean, what does he do when you like go to work or go to the store or, I don't know, leave your house alone? What does he do during those times? How is that? I mean, I suppose you could be doing exactly the same thing if you wanted to.
I mean, I guess it's just, he just said that those trips to him, they're just like way too much temptation. There's going to be, I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't know. I think everyone needs a break from their spouse at some point and spend time with their friends.
Is there a history of infidelity?
No.
So you've never cheated on him?
Never.
Has he been cheated on?
Sounds like it.
I think there was a girlfriend in the past who, yes, there was infidelity.
No, that was my question. Yeah.
Because we got some texts about that too. Which, by the way, doesn't mean that it's okay for him to be controlling. I'm just trying to figure out where he's coming from. He did marry you, after all, and he did allow you to do this ahead of time. So I don't like it. This is very controlling, and it feels like maybe he thinks now that you're married that he gets to assert more control over you, which I don't agree with.
Why is that? Every time a guy's choices are met with shaming tactics, and the fact that she doesn't understand the difference between a girlfriend and a wife scares me a lot for that man's future.
I do not want to work for the rest of my life. Does it look like I want to get up at 6 a.m. every fucking day for the next 60 years? No, I'm too pretty for that.
Newsflash, my love. Beauty is a depreciating asset. Yes, your beauty will fade just like everybody else's. You are no exception. And once your beauty fades, you will have nothing to bring to the table. And once you don't have anything to bring to the table, the people that were giving you stuff because you were beautiful will take all of it back, and you will be left with nothing, including no self-esteem. So instead of relying on your beauty to get ahead, why don't you go out there and get a damn job, get some skills, get some education, so when your beauty does fade, you have something to stand on, because relying on your beauty is a short-term play.
So a paper came out recently that looked at the impact of the MeToo movement on academia, and it actually shows that post-MeToo, women's productivity fell largely due to fewer collaborations with male researchers. The paper shows that this drop is most pronounced at universities where the perceived risk of sexual harassment accusations is highest. So the actual findings comparing research before and after the movement are right here, and as you can see, after the MeToo movement, collaborations with male researchers inside the same institution fell to close to zero. The author points out that men feel like if they accidentally say the wrong thing, they could be canceled or fired. She also notes that institutions that have clear policies on sexual harassment help reduce this perceived risk. And this isn't just in academia. The paper also cites a 2018 study which showed that 60% of male managers are uncomfortable participating in common activities with women due to the same concerns. And a curious finding of the study was that men make up for the loss in this collaboration by just collaborating more with other men, whereas women don't make up for it at all. The author concludes her findings by saying that MeToo was important for raising awareness, but it's also increasingly important for institutions to have really clear sexual harassment guidelines.